all the textbooks away for a while. Look around you. Think. How do all the things around us get there? Why do we need money for it? Why do we even have money? We call it economy, but it's become our very lives. So let's unravel it. It's human nature to advance, to gain knowledge and expand our minds, and develop ways to make our lives easier and more comfortable. Once we've taken care of our basic physical needs, like food, clothes, and shelter, our desires grow. We now want tasty food, nicer clothes, and a more comfortable home.
It's like a taxi gets you there, but a car gets you there more comfortably. A basic car is fine. A luxury car is nicer.
Needs and wants. How do we fulfill these needs and wants in the modern world?
Money. Something we as humans created to streamline our world a bit.
It all started with something called barter.
In the olden days, a sheep farmer would trade one of his sheep for a few bags of grain from a grain farmer. If grain was scarce that year, he would get fewer bags for one sheep because the grain was considered more valuable at that time.
But exchanges can become complicated and make for difficult logistics, like carrying around the sheep and all that. It also often leaves one party thinking that they've actually given into an unfair deal.
So, trade took on a new face through payment with rare objects like cowrie shells. As skills developed, metals like silver and gold were fashioned into coins, which bore specific values.
This was followed by the production of paper banknotes.
Along with the development of exchanges through money came banks. Safekeeping, lending and borrowing of money soon became a business in itself. Nowadays, with modern telecoms and computers, banking and moving money around have taken on a complete new meaning. In fact, we don't even have to see or touch the money anymore.
Yet we must remember that the base of an economy still lies in production. What a country produces defines its economy.
GDP, or Gross Domestic Product, is a term used to describe what we produce. It is the value of all the agricultural produce, mined products, and manufactured products put together.
In order to produce something, you need resources, and these would depend on what you produce.
Resources include natural sources like land, water, and minerals, as well as capital equipment for production, and human resources.
Of course, whatever you produce can only have value if there are buyers, a market for your products. And that's when trade starts.
If something is scarce or there's a shortage, it has a higher trade value. It's all about supply and demand.
From the moment a producer decides to grow, mine, or manufacture a product, he or she sparks a chain reaction with a business opportunity in every link.
Take maize farming as an example. The prospective farmer needs capital to buy land and fund his inputs. A bank steps in and loans him the money. The bank makes money by charging interest, so over time, the farmer will pay back quite a bit more than the original loan. To pay back his loan and make a living, he now needs to start producing on that land. He starts by getting in a specialist to check his soil for fertilizer requirements. Now the supply chain really starts rolling, from the laboratories to the manufacturing of the fertilizer, a process requiring raw materials obtained through mining. To prepare the soil and to plant, the farmer needs equipment. In come the manufacturers of mechanical equipment. And of course, there's a company ready to supply seed. Chemicals are needed to fight weeds and pests, and so more suppliers get involved. Harvest time. If a farmer does not have sufficient harvesting equipment, he uses a contractor who supplies the harvesting equipment and a team of trained people. Storage of the harvested produce in silos presents another business opportunity. Then, there are the transport companies taking the produce from the silos to the mills. Milling is another business opportunity, and in the manufacturing and servicing of the milling machinery lie an opportunity. There's also a company manufacturing the packaging, and so on, up to the retailer selling the product to the consumer.
And don't forget all the extras needed, from cell phones and computers to fuel, all with value chains of their own.
To allow an economy to grow and people to flourish, a government must provide a solid base, an infrastructure allowing for aspects such as energy supply, telecommunications, transport, import and export. Governments are also responsible for a range of other services, from trade regulation to management of a country's monetary system, general safety and security, health, education, environmental affairs, etc.
To do this, they need money. And this is where tax comes in. Business and private individuals must pay tax in order for an economy to function.
In South Africa, we have different taxation systems, such as 14% value-added tax and income tax, which is based on what you earn and is administered by SARS.
Then there are the less noticeable taxes, from fuel tax and import tax to the so-called sin tax on products such as cigarettes and liquor. But pay we must, since we cannot function as a society without government services.
Governments also play a large role in facilitating cross-border trading, the import and export of products.
Like the economy of a country, the world economy works on the same basic principles of needs, wants, and scarcity.
If China does not have enough grain, they can buy it from a country like South Africa. By selling it to them, our country earns valuable foreign income. The more our country earns, the wealthier we are as a nation. But if we import more goods than we export, it's a dangerous sign. This is called a trade deficit.
And deficit is never a nice word. So let's get going. Start thinking about where you want to position yourself in the local and worldwide economic chain. It's simple, really. You can satisfy your own needs and wants by satisfying the needs and wants of others. Just feel the buzz.